Okay, so let's start. Welcome everyone to our AMA. Thank you for joining. Today we are talking about, we have some special announcements at the end, but we're talking about different points. In this AMA, also during this AMA, please also write your questions in the comment section and we will answer them in the end, where you can ask your questions and we give answers to it. Welcome back to Rocksolid 2.0. We are starting over again with the new prospectus. We are very motivated because there are many new innovations and things coming. And we are happy to have you on board also in the second investment round. Today, we are not alone. Also presenting, also today is Georg Foltin in the room. He's, Georg, you are muted just for when you're answering. Okay, perfect. All right. So today we have some general updates for you, and I'm talking about the agenda of today. The second investment round has officially started with the approval of the financial market prospectus. So the FMA give us the stamp again on what we are up this year, or especially next year. We are talking also about the full integration to the Avalanche blockchain that's faster, more secure, and also easy for all the transactions we have, especially for the payouts, because everybody who already invested sees that we are paying out in EuroC, the Euro coin that's fully automated, stable, and transparent, and it's backed by Euro. And this means the value always reflects Euro. So when we make a payout every month, what we do every month, for you, it's also very easy to convert it into Euro or other cryptocurrencies on all the major exchanges. And discussions are ongoing with potential exchanges, especially for the secondary market. And I think that's also something we want to address later on. And also for you, we are in discussions with many exchange partners, and that was also very important for our new prospectus to implement all the information in there to make our token ready for all the exchanges out there, especially now with the transition to Avalanche. We had to update our prospectus in some parts. Yeah, and today we start with a very interesting point that Georg will talk you through. It's about our Rocksolid Energy initiative.
Thank you, Sebastian. So most of you won't know me. I'm new at Rocksolid. I'm basically the helping hand here for the new project, which will be a photovoltaic expansion into photovoltaic projects, mainly focusing on Austria for the first time now. And maybe about my background. So I do a lot in real estate investment, but have been involved in projects of photovoltaic energy development projects in Austria and Eastern Europe. And we think in Rocksolid this topic would fit very well because it's currently a high discussion in politics, but also the demand is getting higher and higher. No matter where in the world, we are seeing big investors investing a lot into this field. And especially for us, we think it's a perfect roll-up in photovoltaic because there is a lot of demand, as mentioned, but also the use case for Rocksolid is, I think, for our cases, a very good one because the investment rounds and the investment projections are shorter and easier to implement than real estate. And basically, we think that in this case, there's a lot more to come in benefits for Rocksolid users, which we'll mention later. And yeah,
that's a very interesting thing because as we also mentioned in the last AMAs, we are diversifying in different asset classes. And one of that will be expanding our business into photovoltaic energy. And this, of course, creates additional income streams beyond the rental revenue that we are planning. That's still on it, but diversifying the risk is very interesting. And maybe to get to one slide back here, I didn't show this slide about the company updates, what we are talking today. As I said, the monthly payouts are going on. We are fully integrated with Avalanche. The second investment round launches and ongoing discussions with exchange partners. That's the baseline where we were always aiming for. But the part with the energy is very interesting, especially now, as you see the transition out there is going on. There's many things changing, and we want you as a Rocksolid investor, or especially we as Rocksolid, to give you our knowledge in this sector and also implement it into the whole project. And what this means for Rocksolid investors, of course, rental income of real estate, that's the one thing, but also earnings from electricity is very interesting because the yields there are very high. And also with our cooperation partners and the source where we get our real estate offers from, offers many potential good photovoltaic plants. We also have already something set, but we are waiting and talking about where this goes. And also, of course, our vision in the future is to give you as a token holder participation in maybe renewable energy, but to a better price. And to continue now to the Rock token, as you know it, we, of course, offer you the investment to invest into the Rock token at the moment via Akito. In the future, there will be also other exchanges where you can also buy Rock token, but also sell your Rock token. That's where we are here, why we are transitioning to also exchanges where you can also sell your Rock token. We now have a special promotion until the end of the year. If you make an initial investment from 1,000 euro, we give you a bonus of 1 AVAX. And if you invest up to 5,000 euro or more, if you invest 5,000 euro or more after by the end of this year, you will get an additional bonus of 5% in Rock token. So you can go directly to rocksolidestate.com, click on the invest button on the top right, or if you're already an investor, you can now see the new investment round of Rocksolid when you go on rocksolidestate.com/invest. Yeah. And that's the thing about I want to talk about. And now we are starting with the Q&A session. You sent us some questions and we will answer them now.
Perfect. So the first question that we got is, why is there a second investment round? So why was there a break?
Yeah, because as I mentioned before, the regulator said, because we transitioned to a different blockchain, but we are also planning to go on some exchanges, then there had to be some adaptations. And of course, also each year, the Financial Market Authority, FMA, requires a new approval of our prospectus. And this ensures, of course, also transparency and compliance for all investors also over the years. So every new approval, a new investment round, second now, third will be next year. And this is not about new tokens. It's the same token, but renewing regulatory approval, especially when we change things like going to the energy sector or implementing our business focus in a different area. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Thank you. Another question we received was, why aren't we listed on the secondary market yet?
Yeah, because the Rock token is regulated, a regulated security token and not a typical crypto coin. And we only partner with licensing compliant exchanges. And as I mentioned also before, we also have the contracts on the table. You just have to sign them. But of course, it has to be legally approved, what we are now. And these partnerships, of course, also require due diligence and regulatory checks, like the new prospectus. And we are already in discussions with partners in Austria, but also in Germany, but also Poland. But the target is that in 2026, the Rock token should be tradable. And we're moving carefully because quality, compliance, and of course, investor safety comes first for us. And the listing is definitely coming very soon.
Okay, perfect. So as we already mentioned, we had a big transition to the Avalanche blockchain. So why did Rocksolid choose the Avalanche blockchain?
One thing is speed. The transactions is under 2 seconds, so it's extremely fast, especially when we pay out every month to hundreds of wallets or thousands of wallets, that's on the one hand side, it's good when it's fast, but of course it's also good when they are low fees, and it's very cost efficient for investors and also for us as a company in the operations. And also the DeFi strength, Avalanche is one of the leading networks for decentralized finance and tokenization. So it's the best option for us to choose. And tokenization ready. It's perfect for real world assets like Rocksolid and real estate. And subnets, customizable blockchains connect to the main chain. And that's ideal for regulated projects like the Rock token. And also enterprise use. Collaborations with corporates and governments, it's highly reliable, and the infrastructure is very reliable. And Avalanche, of course, offers speed, scalability, compliance, and making the best fit for our goal, especially also if you want to pay out in a crypto stablecoin like EURC. Leandra, you are muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry, I had a little trouble with the internet. Okay, perfect. So let's continue to the next question. What is the percentage of monthly payouts investors can expect from this project?
As you saw in the past, we optimized everything, especially that's now the reason why we're going more also into the renewable energy sector, because there are the yields are very a little bit higher than in the normal hospitality sector or other rental vehicles like we invest now. And currently the average return is around 2% per year, and we distribute it monthly in EURC. But this is not the end, it's just the starting point that we can scale from now, because in the end you have the Rock token and the payouts are based on real rental income and overall projects and the performance. And yeah, as I said, this is not a fixed interest. It depends on the property occupancy and rental contracts and the earnings. As we explained, expand into photovoltaic, the energy projects next year, the goal is to increase the overall yields, adding a second income stream from electricity production. And long term, of course, this diversification will also strengthen the returns and stabilize all returns for the investors. At the moment, the annual yield is about 2%. Yeah, of course, but that's based purely on rental income. But once the energy project starts, then the yields definitely will grow.
Perfect. So we got also 2 questions from community members who are not invested yet. One question was, how can someone invest in the second round, also invest in the Rock token? And also, how are the payouts made, the monthly payouts?
Yeah, so investors can register directly via the Rocksolid Estate homepage. As I mentioned at the beginning, just click on the right corner, put in there your name and your email, and you will get redirected to Equito, our MiFID II licensed broker, where you can do your KYC, the verification process, and then you can buy Rock token starting from €100. But when you make a first initial investment until the end of the year of at least 1,000, then you get 1 AVAX as a bonus.
Perfect. Would you want to also mention something about the EURC? I know you already said, but maybe just to wrap it up.
Yeah.
About monthly payouts.
Yeah, we pay out every month. They're made automatically via smart contracts on the Avalanche blockchain. So investors receive their returns directly in EURC, the Eurocoin. Regulated stablecoin, of course, one-to-one backed by Euro. And that's, the best way for you that you can choose if you want to reinvest in other real world assets or into crypto, or put it back on your bank account when you transfer it to Euro.
Perfect. Thank you. So now I have a question to you, Georg. It's about the energy project. So why and when is Rocksolid expanding into renewable energy?
So first of all, why? As mentioned before, it's an updriving market. It's one of the biggest increasing investment markets. And the second factor is that governments and grants are focusing on this field as there's a high demand. So we see a big potential for that as a diversified income stream. And basically, we are currently already looking at different projects They are from greenfield developments, which take a little longer, up to short implementable, already working properties, which will be in focus as a first focus, the first implementable plug-and-play projects, which are already existing, will be in focus, and this should be mentioned in the up to next 3 months. I think some projects which could be implemented. Basically, yeah, that sums up everything. There's also in long-term prospectus the European Union grants and also taxation methods which will play in. And there, I think it's very important to mention that the ESG conformative companies will be granted differently, and therefore we also have a big advantage, I think, if we are in this field in total.
Perfect, thank you. So we're already at the last question, but still, everyone who's in the meeting, you can send us our questions in the chat here in the Google Meet, so we will respond to them. But the last question would be, what is the Rocksolid's long-term vision, like for the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, as you saw, we are transforming from real estate to also innovative energy world. And that's very interesting, especially for the investors, but also for us as a company, to see how we can support our investors, but also the margin, the profit that we make every month or every year, to increase it over the time. And of course, diversifying in different asset classes is on the one hand side, makes the Rock token and it makes it tradable on brokers is the one hand side. But for us, the vision is to enable Rock token investors to participate in an energy community starting in Austria. So yeah, as you can see on this slide, we kind of tried to sum it up a little bit for you. Joint participation in local photovoltaic projects in Austria, access to discounted electricity tariffs for Rock token investors. That means at the beginning in Austria, people who own a Rock token will get a discount on energy, what they're using and consuming at their homes. And then you have a double benefit. On the one hand side, financial returns, but also cheaper energy costs. And the long-term vision, of course, that we can expand this network also to different countries. So it's not about investing money only, it's also about investing into the future. Yeah. That's pretty much it, but I'm happy also for your feedbacks in the group chat or here in the comment section or afterwards via email if you have a very specific question. But maybe, I don't know, Georg, do you want to add something to this?
I think most of it is said. We will obviously project some new PV projects in the upcoming months, or Q1 basically said. So there will be an update with that soon.
I'm very, very interested on what will happen.
Yeah, we're preparing quite some interesting stuff. As I mentioned before, we are in the PV market for over 6 years now, and we obviously have a broad scope of currently sellable developments, also greenfield, as mentioned before. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a question in the comments. So will there be a voting for the energy initiative?
Yeah, definitely. We have to. We have, of course, the prospectus has many, many pages, but in there is a thing like, okay, we have to vote on such investment stuff. So you will receive information sheet, the investors. So when you're an investor, or if you're not an investor, keep on investing now, and then you will receive a PDF file where you see all the information of what we are planning to buy, and you can vote if we should do that or not. So it's not our decision, it's your decision. So the voting rights of our investors is mandatory for this investment focus directing in this area. Of course, we will offer you also different real estate, but you can choose which way we as company and we together with the ROC token holders should move. Are there more questions? Yeah, as I mentioned, you can write us questions all the time via email, but we are happy to see you investing also in the new round. I will open this slide one more time, the special promotion. It's until the end of the year. So the initial investment, when you invest now, also if you're an investor, that's fine, but the investment from now in the second round, and the first investment you make is 1,000 euro or more than 1,000 euro, then you will receive a bonus of 1 AVAX. And by the end of the year, if you invest 5,000 or more, then you will get an additional bonus in ROC token of 5%. Yeah, and with that words, and if there are not other questions anymore, I thank you for joining this AMO today and see you next time.